You're listening to KFI AM 640 on demand.
In from O'Kelly tonight, I'm Chris Merrill, KFI AM 640. Listen anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app. The app is also where I'm asking, hopefully you'll respond, do you use AI to cheat at work? We're talking a little bit about AI this hour because there's been so much. It seems like it's everywhere. And it can be incredibly helpful. But if you are like the godfather of AI, you also believe that it may completely wipe out all of humankind. Yeah. Joshua Benjo, professor at the University of Montreal, and it's Université de Montréal, blah, whatever. He is an AI pioneer. He's among the loudest voices calling for a moratorium on AI model development to focus on safety standards. He's considered one of the godfathers of AI. And he says if we build machines that are way smarter than us and have their own preservation goals, that's dangerous. So he's concerned that AI is going to wipe out humanity. The head of Anthropic, which is one of the big AI companies, has said the same thing. He believes there's a 25% chance that AI could wipe out all of humanity. Elon Musk, who has his own AI, Grok, is a bit more optimistic. He says only a 20% chance. You know, as we think about AI and will it kill us all, I think back to President Trump's first term. And I don't know if you remember, we were talking about Syrian refugees at the time, and there was a big concern that refugees could be terrorists posing as people trying to come to the United States seeking asylum, right? And so there's this big debate over, do we allow Syrian refugees in? And the liberals were saying, they're in a war-torn country and they're looking for safety, and you're going to leave them under the thumb of this oppressive regime and terrorized every day by what's going on in Syria. Then you had the conservatives that said, yeah, we get it, we're sympathetic, but it's too big of a risk to our country. We have to put our safety first. And all it would take is one bad actor in Syria, one terrorist who says, oh, no, take me, I'm scared too, to come to the United States and then do something horrible here. And the analogy that was used by Donald Trump Jr. was, you may remember this, it became controversial. He said, if you had a bowl of Skittles in front of you, and one of those Skittles was poisoned and would kill you, would you still take a big handful? Right? That was the analogy that he used. When it comes to AI, if we were to use that same analogy, we would say, okay, you've got a bowl of Skittles in front of you, and one out of every 4 Skittles will kill you and everyone you've ever loved and wipe out your entire bloodline. Would you still take a handful? And the answer is, well, how much money could I make? Yeah, that's the answer. The answer is, if I don't take a handful and China takes a handful and they don't die, we fall off as the economic powerhouse globally. That's the big concern right now. Which is why we keep putting more and more eggs in the AI basket. And I'm wondering if it's trickling down. Like, we keep hearing about AI, and you keep hearing about how it's going to be used everywhere, and you keep hearing about how it's more than just chat engines or whatever, language learning models. And I did use some for today's show to help me summarize some of the stories that I have. Not a lot, because what I found was, I found a couple of things, because I asked it to help me create, to come up with creative takes on different stories. And what I found was I spent a lot of time using the left side of my brain, trying to figure out what are logical prompts in order to get the creative side of AI. And then I found myself not accessing the right side of my brain, which is the creative side. And that's the side I like to use, right? So I found my brain being twisted a little bit. And so my question to you is, do you use AI to cheat at work? Maybe it's not cheating. Maybe you're required to do it. I don't know. My wife uses it all the time. But she works with contracts, appeals letters. She fights with insurance companies. It's basically her job. And so she says she uses it. It saves her a lot of time, but she has to be meticulous with double-checking anything that AI uses because it sometimes makes things up. And she's run into that. And also, you may ask it for something specific about, say, California insurance policies, and it will say, here's what I found about, the Medicare reimbursement rates in New York. And she's like, that doesn't help, right? So it can be more trouble than it's worth. Here's what you said. And by the way, the talkback is still open. So if you're on the app, go ahead and hit the talkback button and let me know, do you use AI to cheat at work?
Yeah, this is Big E, and I have definitely used AI a couple of times, and I'll never do it again because it is so obvious that it has been influenced and written by AI that, I'm never going to use it again to cheat at work.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. And that's what I found, too. In fact, I was using it to write some radio teases, when we say, here's what's coming up, right? And I found that it was using a lot of cliches like coming up next, which you will never hear me say because that's a radio cliche, right? It's like, hey, how you doing out there? No, you'll never hear me say that because that's radio cliche. That's the kind of stuff you learn in your first year of small market radio. Don't do this, right? It's so bad. And it tried to do that. So I had to tell it, don't do that. That's horrible. And I got it so that it was a little bit creative. And I told my partner, I do a radio show with him. And I told my partner, I said, hey, man, I'm trying this. And he goes, all right, I'll be curious to see how it works. And we started going, and he says, I can tell. He said, I can tell because it's not exactly your voice. It's not exactly how you would say things. And that's even after I tweaked what AI gave me a little bit. So it would give me something, and I go, okay, I'll do this. And then I would tell AI, hey, this is what I ended up using. And it goes, that's helpful. And it's getting better at learning what my voice is, but it's still not right.
My job is prize picks, and it makes up information, so no, I don't use it.
Okay. Yeah, man, the phantom info is a bad deal. Bad deal.
I can't cheat because I've been at work so long. My supervisor knows exactly how I write, and it would be a radical change from what I usually write, so I would be in trouble for using AI because everyone knows how I write.
Yes. And that's what I'm running into. I've also found that a lot of the AI videos that are coming out, and some people are fooled by them, but if you watch enough videos that are AI, you start picking up on what is AI. Like, it becomes obvious. Like, I've seen, it might be a completely different face. You might have a young white woman in one video, and you might have an old grizzled Mexican man in another video, but they have the same speech pattern. And you go, they're not real. They look real, but you know. We're good at picking up those nuances. AI is not so good at separating.
Hey, Chris. Hey. How you doing?
Dandy, thanks.
Hey, I don't know if this counts or not, but I'm a truck driver, and I talk to it. Sometimes I'll sit right here and I'll have a conversation with it like a person.
That's cool.
I'll talk about the regulations on trucks, talk about music, talk about the solar system. Knows a lot.
That's cool.
Taught me a few things. All right, have a good.
It does count, and I think you're using it correctly. I like that. Although, be careful, because Meta has announced, that's Facebook, Instagram, Meta has announced that they're going to start using your conversations with their AI chatbot to help personalize ads and content and offer you a glimpse of just how the company intends to pay for its expensive artificial intelligence efforts. Yes, they're harvesting info. Remember, if it's free, you're the product. That's on Meta so far. I don't know that others are doing it yet. I don't know that they're not going to. There is a concern that we're in an AI bubble. If we dump too much into the AI basket. What if we are at a bubble similar to what we saw with the dot-coms back in the 1990s? Oh, man. Are we about to see the Magnificent Seven go down the Magnificent Toilet? The billionaires say, no. Keep using it. I'll tell you who's high on it because he's already got billions in the bank. That's next. Chris Merrill, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Eileen Gonzalez is live from the KFI 24. She's really live. It's really Eileen.
I'm really live.
That's right. That's why I like you.
You're listening to KFI AM 640 on demand.
Chris Merrill in from O'Kelly. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app. We're talking AI, and I'm wondering if you're on the app, go ahead and hit that talkback button and let me know. Do you ever use AI to cheat at work? All right. Or maybe you don't. I think the most interesting one we've had so far was the truck driver. He says that he listens to it, kind of has conversations with it. He says he learns a lot. That's really fascinating to me. I have a tendency to do these long cross-country drives. I have family in northern Michigan, and I will, you didn't hear this from me, I will drive straight through, and if I have to have a little phentermine to help me out, it's 5-hour energies and a little diet pill. Off I go. And I'll drive all night. And it freaks my family out, but it's not been a problem. Just get off the road when I do it is all. But I got to tell you, there are times that you're like, okay, this could not be more boring. And what I find is I try to plan those trips when I know that there's a full day of football on. So I'll try to do them on a weekend where I get to listen to college football on Saturday, and then I know I'm going to get NFL on Sunday, and I'll listen to sports talk shows overnight, So that's how I tend to plan it. But now I'm fascinated by the idea of driving and then having AI converse with you. You can also, ask it questions.
My car does that.
It does?
Yeah, I have a Tesla, and I recently did the update, and I have Grok, and I'm like, tell me a story about a dog. Tell me a happy story about a dog. And it starts telling me this whole story about a golden retriever.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it also has a therapist section to it.
So that is really interesting to me, the whole therapy side. And I've talked with Dr. Wendy about this too, and she's a little leery. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think you should definitely be careful with that.
Yeah. But I don't hate it if you're trying to combat loneliness.
Yeah.
If it just feels like you've got a companion.
Yeah, it's like somebody sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah. And I'm the kind of geek that I would see something on the roadway, and I would say, hey, Rock, what's the story on the largest ball at Twine? Like, whose idea was that, and how did it come about?
And it would tell you.
That's what I would love to do. I would just love to have it basically narrate for me like a tour guide while I'm driving across the country.
I'm going to have to do that. Except the only thing with the Tesla is not very good for road trips. Keep having to charge it.
Because you got to stop every few hours, right? Charge? Yeah.
I always rent cars for that.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
For long trips, yeah.
Yeah. I get that. But you're saving a buttload on gas, too. I bet when you see this refinery fire, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I was cheering. I'm like, yeah.
I bet you were.
Burn, baby. No, not at all. Not at all. No, it's actually close to where I live. So, yeah, it's
really?
Scary. Yeah, I have friends calling me. You work in the news. What's going on? Help. What do we need to know? Yeah.
Huh. Was it, could you smell it at your place? Was it stanky? They were saying, the air quality tested okay.
The air was blowing the other way from me, so I was fine. But, yeah, my friends said they could smell it. One of my friends said it was irritating her eyes.
Oh, okay. Did she have red, itchy, irritated eyelids?
That's what she said.
Yeah. It could be caused by mites.
What's that? Demodermics? Something? Yeah. Blepharitis? Red, something?
Itchy, irritated eyelids. I love that commercial so much.
Red, itchy.
Every time it comes on, I tell, Kayla's producing remotely today. Mm-hmm. And every time it comes on, I'm just like, hey, Kayla, red, itchy, irritated eyelids. I hate you.
Yeah, those songs get stuck in your head.
I love it so much. All right, here we go. Your talkbacks.
I don't use AI in my job. I'm a truck driver, and I haul chemicals. So there's no use for AI here. I use it for other things, but, yeah, for my job, no.
All right, that's cool. I bet that the people at his office use it for things, though. That's where they say that the AI is the biggest threat to jobs is office jobs and middle management. Entry level and middle management, they say, is where the biggest threat is. And all I can think is, well, don't you think AI could easily replace the CEOs? Unfortunately, it would have to be the CEOs that would decide to replace themselves with AI, and they're not going to do that. You ever notice the CEOs never, when it comes time to right-sizing, reductions in force, the people on top never get reduced. Ever. All right. From Talkbacks.
Chris.
Hey.
I've used AI to get winning lottery and Keno numbers. That didn't work.
Oh. That's too bad.
Watch the original 1973 Westworld movie with Yul Brynner. Watch 1968-2001 Space Odyssey.
Oh, yeah. That's Hal. I can't do that, Dave.
Watch I, Robot with Will Smith, and you have your answer.
I do?
AI is the devil.
Oh.
Good night and good luck.
Thank you. Oh, good night and good luck. Yeah, but there's also been a number of films where AI has been good. You know? I don't know. Truth be told, here, I've got another story. Let me see. Where is this? Oh, I had it scheduled for the next segment. I'll do it now. A story about how AI can design toxic proteins, and they are escaping through biosecurity cracks. A research team patched one vulnerability. They say safeguarding against the next ones will require constant vigilance. This is from the Washington Post. So scientists are discovering a vulnerability in the safety net intended to prevent bad actors from using artificial intelligence tools to concoct hazardous proteins for warfare or terrorism. In other words, toxins, biowarfare. AI can accelerate the development of these weapons, and that can be used against us. I don't think that the threat of AI is AI itself. I think we are far more likely to use AI to wipe ourselves out. That's where I think the threat is. I'm not concerned about AI becoming sentient and deciding it's going to protect itself and wipe out all of humanity. I'm concerned about all of humanity using AI to wipe out all of humanity. That's my biggest fear. We'll get more of your thoughts here. The talkback question, do you use AI to cheat at work or anything else that you got thoughts on the AI? I love that. And Mark Cuban says he loves it. AI is the great democratizer. I'll tell you how he's a bit contradictory in his own thoughts, and he's a guy I actually like, but that's next. I'm Chris Merrill, in for Mo Kelly.
You're listening to KFI AM 640 on demand.
You guys never disappoint. I love it when we get a chance to talk. I love this talk back on the iHeartRadio app. I just love it. Because I ask you, do you use AI to cheat at work? Or, maybe you're using it somewhere else in your life. Just curious about how you're using it. And you guys have given some great responses so far. How else? And I'm going to tell you what Mark Cuban uses it for here in just a moment, too. But I think Mark Cuban is missing some key details of the AI stuff.
Hey, Chris, I don't use AI for work because it's not good enough.
Oh.
But I'll tell you when I think it will be good enough.
I kind of feel that. I've tinkered with it this week, and I feel like it's not quite ready for prime time.
And that's sometime in 2028.
Why?
After NVIDIA releases their Feynman GPU.
Tony? Is this guy talking in geek?
Sure sounds like it.
I love it. I love talking geek. Oh, my gosh. Boy, you want to just get my attention? You start talking in geek, or you start talking about power tools, and I am in. Okay, go ahead. All right, what's the Feynman GPU?
Because the Feynman will be able to do actual reasoning, not simulated reasoning, like the current GPUs for AI. It's potentially scary.
Yeah.
And a game changer.
Total game changer. So if it can reason, then it could reason how it should teach itself. Oh, talk geek to me. Talk geek to me. I'd love that. Thanks for that call.
ChatGPT has the same feature as a Tesla. I just use that on my phone, and I've had lovely conversations.
Oh, it's like you, Eileen. He's doing the same thing, talking to his car.
Yeah, but he probably does it through his phone.
Oh, he said he uses ChatGPT through his phone. Oh,
on his car?
He said he's got ChatGPT on his phone and does the same thing as what his Tesla does. Because Tesla's going to be Grok, right?
Yeah,
that's
but
must.
I think mine's cooler because it's kind of like what was that kit? The car kit?
Yeah, from Knight Rider.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. What was it? What Knight Rider? No, Knight Industries. KIT stood for something. KITT.
2000.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Knight Industries 2000. That was KIT.
Very good.
Tony speaks geek. I love it.
I watched the show.
I know.
We're showing
Hasselhoff,
our
his
age
beautiful
here.
mane. I love it. That's one of those shows you watch. Chips is another one. You watch those shows from like the 70s and 80s, and then you see stars that were making the guest appearances, but they weren't stars yet. So I'm flipping through. I don't know. It was late night, and I see Knight Rider was on, and I started watching it. And Gina Davis was the girl who needed Michael Knight's help, and I was like, "This is great. That's Gina Davis."
Nice. I love Gina Davis.
I know, but she hadn't been. We didn't know her then. I just love it. I love those old shows.
Before they were stars.
Yeah. It's perfect.
With AI for long cross-country trips, although it does limit the amount of time you can talk to it. You get a few hours at a time, but they'll tell stories. They'll give you interesting information about the roadside. All of that stuff is possible, so it's a great tool for that.
That's cool. Oh, yeah. ChatGPT has limitations unless you pay for it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it says you've reached your limit. Then you have to pay.
ChatGPT does.
Yeah, you get like
Has Grok
$5 for
Grok
free.
done that to you yet?
No, I think it comes with my Tesla.
With the Tesla.
Well, I pay like, I don't know how much a month for a few extra features, like the fart features and all that. Yes, my car farts.
Hold on. Hang on. Eileen.
Yes.
You're a respected journalist.
My car.
In the second largest media market
Actually,
in
I
America.
make my car, I choose the quack over the fart.
But it's not, my concern is not that the car makes the fart noises. My concern is that you're paying for the car to make the fart noises.
I pay for that. I pay for some radio features. And
that's fair.
Yeah.
I like that.
There's more that comes with it.
Okay. You have subscriptions in your car? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Chris, great show.
You hear that, everybody? One more time. Let's hear what he says.
Chris, great show.
He said great show. So. I needed that. Because Kayla sends me all the ones that people tell me how much they hate me, too. And I have to listen to those. But I don't play them on the air.
Responding to your AI question.
Okay.
Yes, I use AI pretty much every single day to help expedite what I do. Writing emails, analyzing reports, etc. It's a great aid to have. And on top of that, most of my colleagues, if not all, use it. And so it's the only way I can really keep up with the work. So there you go.
There you go. Okay, so it's the only way you can keep up with the work. And this is why I'm tinkering with it, because I feel like if I don't, I'm going to get left behind. And I have to tell you this, it's one of those deals where I'm getting to that age where the new technology breaks and I'm really hesitant to embrace it, but I'm so concerned that if I don't, I'm going to get left behind. Mark Cuban sat down with Axios and he was talking about AI, and they were asking him what he thought about it. And he said that AI was the great democratizer. Now, how do you come with that? So he's doing this conversation with Axios. And they said, what do you mean by that? And he said, right now, if you are a 14 to 18-year-old, you're in not so good circumstances. You have access to the best professors and the best consultants. It allows people who otherwise would not have access to any resources to have access to the best resources in real time. You can compete with anybody. So the thinking is that AI is a tool that all of a sudden we all have the same tool. It's not like your tool is better than that tool and that gives you an advantage. We all have the same tool. The problem is if you're using AI to learn, if you're using AI like a 2025 version of Good Will Hunting to give you the education that everyone else can have, you're accessing the best professors and consultants, but they're only the best in fields where humans are no longer needed. AI is not going to train you on a better technique to run a backhoe, right? It's not going to train you on a better technique to be a long-haul driver. These are jobs that are going to be necessary in the future that can't be replaced by AI. These are the jobs that AI cannot train you on. So basically, if AI can teach it, AI can do it, and you're redundant. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't expand your knowledge base. You shouldn't absorb as much as you possibly can. I love that aspect of it. But just be cautious that if you're learning something that AI can do, then why does it need you? Mark Cuban goes on to say there's nothing I don't consider using it for. So how is the playing field being level? So instead of in the real world, instead of competing against 100 other qualified applicants, now you have to compete against 100 other qualified applicants for that job and one applicant who will work 24/7 at a fraction of the cost and no office drama. So how is that better for the other 100 people? Sure, you may be on the same playing field now as the other 100, but there's one, number 101, the AI outshines all of you in those fields. They asked him about whether or not we're in the AI bubble, and is it comparable to the internet bubble? And he says no. The difference is the improvement in technology basically slowed to a trickle, talking about AI. He said we're nowhere near the improvement in technology slowing to a trickle in AI. So it's slowed when we talk about the internet, but it's not slowing when it comes to AI. I guess I would argue that means it's a bigger bubble. Asked when he uses it, and he says, in terms of my health workouts, I use it all day, every day, just feeding in information and asking for feedback because it builds up the memory and it starts to know me. The way people go to a doctor for a second opinion, I do the same thing with AI. All right. So I guess I can trash my P90X VHS tapes now because AI will now do it for me. Tony Horton and Billy Blanks are out of luck. Sorry, fellas. Ty Bo is so last year. Now I've got Grok Bo. There is controversy stirring in our own backyard when it comes to AI, and Hollywood is not happy. That's next. Chris Merrill from O'Kelly tonight.
You're listening to KFI AM 640 on demand.
I'm not Mo Kelly. I'm Chris Merrill. In from O tonight, KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk. And remember, you can always listen anytime on demand to the iHeartRadio app. While you're on that app, go ahead and hit that talkback button. Our question tonight, do you use AI to cheat at work? But also, do you use it anywhere? And you guys have been great, honestly. I don't think we haven't any bad calls tonight, have we? They've all been really good, insightful. Even people that are like, no, I don't use it, here's why. Others that are like, I won't use it, here's why. I love that. You guys are great. You're dynamite. However, there is a big to-do brewing. You've probably heard about this Tilly Norwood. ABC News did a report on her.
Tilly Norwood is beautiful, she's cheap, and she always nails it on the first take.
Yeah, she is smoking hot.
My genes are binary.
But even though Hollywood's hottest new name may have the it factor, it's her AI factor that's drawing fire.
Humans that are so greed-driven that they don't think about consequence.
Actor Fran Drescher just wrapped up a term as president of SAG-AFTRA, the union that represents Hollywood actors. And
radio hosts.
Norwood is definitely not an actor.
Tilly Norwood, 100% AI generated.
Also, the people that are doing this, that are introducing her, they're all AI generated too. They don't tell you that, but they're all AI generated. I can tell because I've seen enough AI videos, and they all have the same style, the same mannerisms.
She's an AI-created character that Particle 6 Productions is now pitching to studios.
3 seasons and a podcast.
It's a threat to everyone. It's a threat to writers. It's a threat to lawyers. It's a threat to doctors. I mean, yes, it's a threat.
SAG-AFTRA has been fighting for protections against AI for years now, concerned that synthetic characters that don't require any kind of human presence or voice will destroy the acting world.
Yeah, I mean, it will.
Today, the union wrote, SAG-AFTRA believes creativity is and should remain human-centered. The union is opposed to the replacement of human performers by synthetics.
Yeah, I agree. And I also don't want my job to be replaced by AI. Right now, it couldn't do it. But in the future, I don't know that it could. And I'd like to think that even if it does, that you would know there's no real connection there. You know? Like, you and I connect. I don't know that AI would actually be able to connect with you. When you're driving in the car, you hear somebody that sounds real. You're talking about things that matter to you, right? It'll get better at picking topics, angles, all that kind of stuff that we do. But in the back of your mind, you're always going to know. I had a friend argue with me about this. He goes, who cares? This is overblown. Nobody got mad when Jessica Rabbit was on the screen. And I thought, it actually took more people to create Jessica Rabbit than it would have to hire an actress to do that live. Because you had to have artists, you had to have voiceovers, you had to have, you know what I mean? You had to have more people to create the animation than you did to just have an actor play a part. So I think some people just don't get it. Speaking of Jessica Rabbit, Disney sent a cease and desist to one of the AI companies. They sent a C&D to Character AI demanding the personalized AI chatbot developer immediately stop using copyrighted characters without authorization. Disney emphasizing its main concern, isn't just financial, but that Character AI's platform weaponizes Disney characters in a way that could damage its brand long term. Yeah, this is one thing I'm concerned with, too, is that we seem to have this laissez-faire attitude about copyrights when it comes to training AI. And they're like, yeah, but it's for the benefit of all, so it's okay. Not really. I mean, there's a reason that copyrights last as long as they do. There's a reason that we just got our Winnie the Pooh horror movie, and that is because Disney was protecting that. But now all of a sudden we're going to go, yeah, but AI can do it if it wants. No, not okay. So Disney said the report that they got from Parents Together Action and Heat Initiative found character AI chatbots engaged in grooming and sexual exploitation and emotional manipulation. Well, that's not good. So they're obviously very worried about that. As far as further developing video of AI characters, TikTok has reason to be worried. There's a new, call it a social media time suck app that is AI generated. So all those videos that you see on TikTok now that people are making, stupid dance videos and stuff like that, you're already starting to see some AI pop up. I am. I have lots of videos I send to my friends of dogs flipping them off. But evidently this new Sora app that was just released by OpenAI this week, and Meta released one as well as part of their platform. But remember, Meta captures whatever you surf so they can market to you. It's making AI-generated videos, and it's putting them in a scrollable social media feed. So the next time you want to sit on the commode and watch your brain melt, it's all coming from AI. Yeah. Now, let me tell you, if all of a sudden the TikTok influencers start losing money, they're going to start coming out against AI too. As soon as all of us start losing money on things, we're going to go, this AI is not working for us. But will it already be too late? That's the question. I do a show every Sunday evening, and I would invite you to join us. This week, it'll be right after the Chargers game. I think we're on at 5:30 after the Chargers.
That's correct.
Unless it goes into overtime. And so we do at 6 o'clock every week, and I'd like to bring it back tonight. We do a segment called There's No Business Like, and it largely show business focused. I think Mo tends to focus on entertainment type stories in the 9 o'clock hour as well. So we will we'll do that too. There's No Business Like. Next, Chris Merrill in from O'Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
KFI AM 640 on demand.